Hello and welcome to another stream, another Kahoot stream. I've really been enjoying doing the Kahoot streams, to be honest. And yeah, to be honest, like, the thing about me is I'm quite a research-driven person. So I'm always researching and finding out about new things. So it's actually not that difficult for me every day just to think of new things to do quizzes on. So that's something which is kind of useful. One thing I have been struggling a little bit is because I always wanted to start with pop music. So I'm struggling to think exactly how we're going to do. I don't know. There's different ways to do it. For now, we're going to just keep it simple and just do just one pop artist at the beginning, just so that I don't run out. And yeah, so we'll just start with this, and it's going to be mainly biology themed things. I've also got some other things that I've got potentially could do, but mainly with the biology theme is what I'm doing at the moment. And this is because I always like to start the year. This is something which I've always done. I always like to start the year just watching biology stuff, and then I get into other sciences later in the year. And it's like a way that I because I'm always researching things. It's a way that I sort of divide up my year. It's hard to explain, but other sciences come later in the year, basically, and at the start of the year, it's biology that we focus on. I'm gonna have to. When was Sia born? We're doing Sia, if I haven't mentioned that one. She's probably not 1975. I would say 81. She is 75. Okay. Really? Well, she's actually older than I thought. Where was Sia born? I was born in a thunderstorm. Yeah. We saw recently that who was scared of Madonna is scared of thunderstorms. I wonder if that's a reference to. What is Sia's last name? I think Furler. Yep. What was the most popular single in charts and sales? Probably Elastic Heart, right? Oh no, that's the album. Single, Chandelier then. Really? I've not even heard that one. What album does Chandelier, Elastic Heart and Big Horse belong? Huh. I guess it shows you how different it is now. You normally would know this one. Maybe that. No, not heard of that. I guess nobody buys it. Released on January 2016. This is acting, maybe? Okay. Why she doesn't want to show her face. I think she says it's about privacy. But the thing is, when she was in 07, because I used to listen to the band that she was in before, called 07, which were probably better than Sia. Because there was an additional female vocalist in that band as well. I mean, thinking of theme, it must be alive, but it's not. Okay, it makes no sense. Probably Rihanna Diamonds is the most famous, right? Yeah. I'm sure it's more than that, but that was always going to be the question, right? This one. Uh-oh. I know this one is in Alive, right? This Japanese kid. Her deluxe edition of her album, This Is Acting, gave how many additional songs? A deluxe edition would not have 7 or... Well, it might have 6. I don't... Well... That's tough. I'll go 6. Okay, well 7. Yeah, I thought there would already be a decent amount of additional songs. Which song is her first US Billboard chart topper? I guess Cheap Thrills was a popular song for her. I'm sure I know the song. It's just for some reason the title of it is not it's not ringing any bells. Which single did she release on September the 15th? Did she have a song called The Greatest? I think she might have. Yeah. What was the name of her first released album? That's tough. I doubt it'll be Lady Croissant. Might do French, by the way, at some point. I feel I'm going to go for this. Okay. Alright. Which album hit #1 within the first week on the Billboard 200 chart? It must be this, right? Just because there's so many hits on it. She is more well known in which country? Well, she's from England. Oh, sorry, she's from Australia, isn't she? Why am I saying she's from England? It's kind of weird, but 07. Was 07 popular? To be honest, I don't know about 07. What was the name of the first North American tour? We might try 07. I'm curious if that quiz is even here. It might not be. Probably this. Nostalgic for the present. That's a bit gimmicky. Who is Sia married to? You know what? That's I never actually considered that one. She's pretty single. No, she's got some. Sounds like a Danish or Swedish guy. Okay. Got to be Elastic Heart. It's either Elastic Heart or Chandelier. Yeah. I'm curious if there's a 07 quiz. Because I actually probably do just as well on that as this. I mean, that could be. That's unfair, really. Because that's like a question which is... Should we just see if there's a 07 quiz? I'm just super curious. I probably won't be. It's another thing that I'm thinking, like... It's like how... No, there's not. Alright, let's do a diet quiz now. Moving on. We'll just do a few things here. We might also do... I was thinking of doing... What was I thinking? Amino acids is one that I might do. Always got a bunch of ideas for this. You know? And I like the fact that the thing about the Kahoot thing is that you do get just random people arriving. Why are proteins important in a balanced diet? I think they provide vital minerals like arginine. I was reading about they're needed for growth and repair. Okay. All right. Cheese, butter, and margarine. Carbs? Lipids. Wow, I'm not doing very well on this. I thought I knew more about diet. What can happen to someone with too little vitamin A in their diet? Scurvy, I think, is the one, right? For some reason that rings a bell. Okay. We're going to have to do a few of these. What can happen to someone with too little vitamin C in their diet? That must be scurvy, right? Okay, C is scurvy, A is blindness. What can someone with too little vitamin D in their diet? Ooh. That sounds like the most likely. Ricket, I've never even heard of that. Well, I have heard of it, but it just I don't really know what it is. Which of these are typical symptoms of too little iron in the diet? Anemia. Okay. Could do some more on disease. Could do some on blood, like hematology stuff. I'll see. Okay. Not the most pleasant answer, but it's a real. Calcium. Try using plutonium here. That probably won't work too well. Now I've said that word. You know what's funny is that every time I say a certain word, I feel like it attracts certain audience members. Really? Interesting. I guess they burn through it really fast. Maybe this? You don't want equal amounts of stuff. I didn't do too well on that one, but let's do a few more. You are the only viewer at the moment, dude. Yeah, I normally don't get that many views though, so needed for growth and repair. That is protein, right? Yeah, protein is for growth and repair. Needed for energy. What do you need for carbs? That's for sure, right? If you ever do a lot of exercise, the best thing to do after that is to have a load of carbs afterwards. It's funny though, a lot of people, especially people on this diet, which don't eat carbs. I can't understand how you get any energy if you don't eat carbs. That makes no sense to me. If you need to avoid diseases like scurvy, I think you need vitamins. This one, you know what the funny thing is? I hesitate to eat. I won't even say that word because I know I just get like suddenly 10 like weird dudes will arrive. That's what happens. Types of fat that can block coronary arteries. I think saturated fats are worst, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on this one. Types of fat that come from animal sources like butter. I think that is also saturated fat, right? Yep. Types of fat that comes from plant sources like sunflower seeds. That's the good one, the unsaturated, right? What was I reading? You know what's funny is that like seeds, they've got something called arginine, and that actually gives you the same stuff that meat gives you. Because I've been getting into that vegan teacher stuff. Seeds actually can replace meat, weirdly enough. Vitamin needed to prevent scurvy. What did we say that one was? I think it was A. C, okay. Mineral need for healthy teeth and bones. Is this true though, the calcium thing? Because I've always thought, you know what I've always thought is that if you eat a lot of cheese, cheese is very high in calcium, so that will help your bones, right? But then again, it's kind of weird. Like if you think about it, like drinking milk. It's like drinking milk is something that you only really do when you're a little like baby, right? So when you're an adult and you're drinking loads of milk and eating loads of cheese, it's not it's like, why are you doing that? It doesn't like make sense really. But anyway, mineral would needed to make red blood cells. Oh, I don't know. Probably iron. Iron is normally important for that. Yep. All right. It's pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying the diet ones, so this is going to be like the main focus of today's episode. I think. Going to be doing a bunch of diet ones. Hopefully they don't get too repetitive. We're just going to go through the list. Just going to go through a bunch of them. And yeah. not really gonna. I'm not gonna like not gonna particularly choose any particular one. It's all just all the same to me, really. And hopefully we won't get too many repeat questions. You know, the good thing is, right, is that you have like things from like different countries, and they all have different. Because the thing is, like, mainly like obviously like school stuff, but obviously different countries have got different stuff. What are the 7 nutrients needed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've all got 7. Protein. I guess it's this, right? I never looked at it like this, but I guess that makes sense. But what's the difference between vitamins and minerals, right? I'm not even sure. Carbohydrates are separated into categories. What are they? So either sugar and starches or glucose and starch. I'm gonna go glucose. I'm gonna go. That's so tough. Sugar and starches. Glucose is glucose an amino acid? No, it's not, is it? It's like tyrosine or something. What nutrient is commonly found in cheese, cream, meat? Protein, right? Fats. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. This is actually a good one. I like this quiz. This has got completely different questions. What are the 2 main sources of protein? Lentils has got protein in it. I think probably it's this. Failure to replace lost water can result in dehydration for sure, right? What is the main function of fiber? Aiding digestion. Carbohydrates are the only major source of energy for the body. Yes, that's true, right? That's why, like, you can have a no protein diet. Wait. Really? Because I was thinking the keto diet, right? It has no carbs, so I guess how can you do that? What other source of energy is there? It makes no sense. But anyway, which nutrient is mainly found in vegetables and meats? Protein. Vegetables as well. Yeah, I was thinking vegetables don't have protein. Minerals? What minerals are in meat? That's weird. This is a tough one because you can tell it's like one of those ones. Failing to maintain a balanced diet could result in dietary imbalance or deficiencies. Obesity. It's always funny. I guess it's this. Could even do one. I wonder if there's like an obesity quiz. I might do. I don't know. It's probably a little bit too much to do that. Within a healthy balanced diet, how many calories a day? It's 2,000. And I think it's 2,025. Yeah, that one. Alright. Not too bad. That was a little bit more challenging, that one. Let's just move on to the next one. I'm going to do a bunch of these, to be honest, because but we're close to. I don't know. I might change it up. We'll see. At the moment, I'm happy with it. It's just a case of. I feel like that calcium question is going to get asked a lot. But we'll see. We'll see how far we can go with this topic. Which of the following is not part of a balanced diet? Wow. Even though there is a dude called Mange Two in France who actually eats TVs, and that's a lot of plastic in there. Okay, it's carbs and fats give you energy. Which of the following is not a carbohydrate? I like how the questions are very, actually quite varied. What of the following is not a carbohydrate and does not provide energy? Pasta's carb, rice is a carb, potatoes is a carb, not so much water. It's kind of weird though, but water does give you oxygen. I might do one on oxidation as well. Actually, that's chemistry. Well, pretty get away with it in biology. Muscle growth is protein. Which of the following is not protein, does not help with muscle growth? Meat is protein, fish is protein, fruit is not protein. Which food helps prevent illness and disease? Vitamins and minerals. Which of the following is not a vitamin or mineral and does not? I could do one. I could just do like vitamins and minerals. A question on that. Does not help wellness. It is a plant. It is sourced from. I don't know. Chocolate is a funny one, you know. I eat a lot of chocolate, but I'm very skinny, so it's like I feel like it does help, but maybe not. All right. Which of the following is not an example of a fiber food? Eggs. I feel like a lot of veg have got fiber in them, right? Because in a way, the word fiber must come from the word fibrous. Water. Balanced meal. I'm gonna go. This is a tough one. It's certainly not equal measure of each food group. It's not just fruit and veg. Different food portions from all the major food portions. It's either red or green here. I'm gonna go for green actually. Funnily enough, this is actually interesting. It says that because yesterday I actually had. What did I have? I was actually thinking about this very topic yesterday because I had 3 different types of carrot and just like a small portion of them, and a radish, and beef sausages, and then I had apple pie and blueberries. So that would be fruit, veg, protein. Not so much fiber though. Did I have anything? Maybe. Do carrots have fiber? Do radishes have fiber? That's a good question. Probably not that much, but they probably have some. Anyway. But that's the way to do it. I actually not sure. I think there's a point, like, it turns, for me, like, in terms of my day, I like to get more carbs early in the day for the energy to get through the day. And then at the evening, then is when I think of the balanced diet issue. Should we just go? I'm just going to go through the list. I was tempted to do the one. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of these. Might just make the whole episode this. The thing is, like, if I made the whole episode this, it maybe I could actually put it in the title. I might try it. How many glasses of milk should you drink during a day to get the recommended amount of dairy? Not much. 1 probably. Really? Really? That's a lot of dairy. I have enough cheese. I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I mean that looks good. You would think if it's being put on the official U.S. government website, it's going to be a good one. Man, I just saw it. Fruits is one of the smaller ones. I think the fruits was the red one. Dairy was this thing. Oh, the blue section. Sorry. Man, this is like going for a US citizenship test. I've not heard this term. Trans fats. I don't think they would be. It's not known for that. Which two food groups are balanced on the my plate model? Probably fruit and vegetables is balanced. Grains and vegetables, I would say, actually. It was protein and grain. Interesting. Interesting, that. What would be a good vegetarian source of protein? Beans. What food group makes up the largest section on the my plate model? Carbs. Which is not there, okay. You see, I never really understood this because... I mean, I could, yeah, maybe. I feel like vegetables are much harder to digest, though. It depends on the nature of the vegetable. Like something like kale, which has only just been invented a few years ago. Maybe it's easier to... Maybe they bred it in terms of... Must be one of these two, right? So if you have egg yolk and you exclude the egg, there's no fat in there. Interesting. That is interesting. Probably, right? Dried beans, nuts, and eggs make up which food group? Well, we established that was... Yeah, that's what I was saying, that nuts actually give you a lot of protein. So you could literally replace your steak with like a load of almonds or like macadamia nuts or whatever. It's kind of weird to think that, but that is actually how it works, right? But probably the amount of, I mean, how many sunflower seeds, for instance, would you need to eat to be the equivalent amount of protein of one steak? It's kind of an interesting way of looking at things. All right, we're just going to carry on with this topic because honestly, I'm finding this topic super interesting. And you know what? Talking about diet as well, it's something that is kind of fun when you're like, you know, like my weight has always been perfect, like through my whole life. I've never had any issues with weight at all. So it's why like it's very easy to be interested in diet, right? I think your interest in diet depends on how much like if you become like massively obese when you're a child and then you stayed that way your whole life, you're not going to have that much interest in diet, right? Carbohydrates. What are the roles of proteins in the body? Growth and repair. Yep. What is the name? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ooh, what is that? What is that? There we go. So that's where it is, high up. It's kind of funny because a lot of the time you don't actually realise where all the different organs are in your body. Well, I don't anyway. Like, what? There's lungs in like my back? It's like, what? Yeah, if you eat a lot... Iodine... I think it's starch, this one. Well, let's see what Mr. Otashi has to say. If you eat enough almonds, I think it has that death pill material. I don't know what that means. But obviously it's like a ridiculous number. Yeah, all I was saying about the almonds, if you have enough if you have enough nuts, that will be the same as amount of steak. Yeah, if you could somehow get the almonds and somehow extract the protein and then condense it down, you could probably have something made of almonds that would be have as much protein as steak. That's what I think. I think that's what it's trying to say anyway. On nutrition labels, what does kilocalories? You're not going to get killed by eating almonds, are you? I think. Sorry, you know what? I just overthought this question. It's like I knew that was calories, but it was just I thought it was going to be the answer was going to be kilocalories. That is nothing to do. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Atashi. To be honest, that's what kills you is a cyanide, which is nothing to do with almonds. 37 degrees. What is the role of fiber in the body? Digestion. The system that breaks down food into small molecules to be absorbed in the blood. Breaks down food in small molecules. Okay. What is the name of the organ labeled G? It's one of the intestines. I think it's large. I always get the large and the small intestine confused there. What is the name of the acid in our stomach? Isn't it? I know that some people, when they're trying to become very strong, when they're like 50 years old, they talk about their nitric acid. Is it nitric or nitric? Nitric, I think. Nitrogen, nitric, yeah. What? There's hydrochloric acid in the stomach. It's kind of funny because, you know, in chemistry, like, did you know this protozoan gaming? Hi there, protozoan gaming. Hydrochloric acid is in the stomach. I did not know that. I guess that's really obvious. Try not to spam. Protease. I have actually heard of this word. That's why I know how to pronounce it. Breaks down what type of food molecules. It's either lipids or starch. Maybe starch. And it was proteins. Okay. Guess I don't know that word too well. What is the name of the organ labeled F? Yeah, so that is the little one, right? The little intestine. It's in the middle. Basically, the little one is in the middle, and then you have it's like surrounded. It's like, if you imagine this as like the center, then the circumference of the small intestine is the large intestine, right? Amylase. Oh yeah, wow. We're getting into it now. Amylase breaks down what type of food molecule? Ooh. It's not proteins, because that was protease. Proteins, protease. Amylase, fats. I was going to go for starch. That's why I went on the protease question. All right. But hopefully I'll remember these things. They're not too difficult to remember, I don't think. I think like my memory is good enough that I could probably remember it. The system that moves blood around the body. That would be the circulatory system. Thank you. Where are these found? Thin wills. Maybe it's in the small intestine. I don't know. Yep. Because I know, like, if you stretch out this, like, there's a thing that if you stretch out the small intestine or whatever, it's like as long as a football pitch. So it makes sense that the actual wall lining is very thin. You will find starch molecules in the blood. I wouldn't have thought so. That makes no sense, right? Arteries, capillaries, and veins are all types of what? Blood vessels. What happens to enzymes when the temperature is too high? I think it's this word, peristalsis. You know what's weird is like all these words are like they're okay. I have actually heard of this word, peristalsis. I can't remember what it means though. What is the name of the muscular movements that move food through the digestive system? This, I think, is peristalsis. Yes, definitely. 100%. So, yeah, I did know that one. Would have been embarrassing if it was wrong, but it wasn't. Oh. Okay. Not so good. We're going to do a few more of this. I might do like signs or memes or something to do the other section. I don't know. Honestly, still kind of enjoying this section. Or shall we move to another different one? Shall we move to a different thing? I think we could probably move to a different one. There's not going to be that like that much variation in this topic anymore. You know, I'm going to try maybe this. Biogeochemical Cycle. Should we try that topic? Does that count as biology? I think it does. I think it just about... Yeah, well, it's got bio in it. I always want to stick to biology. Here we go. Biogeochemical cycles. Let's go. And we'll think of other topics afterwards. Okie dokie. It's just like I want to keep it moving because the thing is that there came a point with the diet question. There were slight variations, but I could tell that the level of variation wasn't high enough that if I did 10 more of them, it would have been significantly different, the questions. Water vapor leaving leaves and returning to the atmosphere that's evaporation. What? Okay. Nitrogen found in animal waste and decomposing materials is usually in this form. Nitrates. I know some meat products, they go on about nitrite free. Maybe it's nitrites then. What's an ammonia? Isn't ammonia NH4? Oh yeah. NH4, isn't it? Why do humans need nitrogen? That's a good question. Don't breathe it. Any proteins? Because I know that protein synthesis is like a big deal. How is nitrogen returned to the atmosphere? Wow, I never thought of that. Does it happen? I guess it happens with decomposition. That's what it seems. Or not. Well, this is harder than I thought. How are the carbon and oxygen cycle related? Plants definitely release oxygen and they use CO2. I'm going to go for that. I didn't even read the other ones because I sort of thought, well, that's correct. How is nitrogen converted to ammonia and nitrates? Oh, wow. This is a good quiz, this one. Yes. Go on, bacteria. I just thought, I don't think the plants are doing it. It sounded like something which is at a smaller level, a more like micro scale. That. So I thought, let's give the bacteria a go. Give them a shot. Let them have a chance. For some reason, I'm imagining like bacteria like training. You've got one shot. You know. Atoms using glucose, water, carbon dioxide, nitrates are. I'm gonna go with that. There's a lot of like cycled in and out, like that sort of thing. Legumes, which is vegetables in French. This is tough. So, vegetables use. Because it's something about the autotrophic nature, I think, of plants, which I don't quite understand. But anyway, animals receive nitrogen maybe by eating plants or breathing. But isn't there a nitrogen in the air? So breathing does get you nitrogen, though. I guess not. Huh. CO2 is stored as sugar, yeah. I could tell it wouldn't be water or oxygen because that would make no sense. It had to be something more complex, like a more of a macromolecule. Probably from fungus. Yeah, what do you think's in the soil, dude? I'm not sure about that one. Honestly, I'd never thought about nitrogen that much. Water changes from liquid to a gas. That would be liquid to a gas is evaporation. It's transpiration. Water to a gas is evaporation, okay. Water changes from gas to a liquid. Gas to a liquid is condensation. Water falls back to Earth through precipitation. Ammonia and nitrates are converted to N2. So tough. Probably bacteria of some kind, yeah, what it is. Makes sense, right? The denitrifying converts things to N2. So basically it's saying that denitrify means turn into M2, into nitrogen. Phosphorus is returned to the soil by it's going to be decomposers. I feel it would be decomposers because so the fungi can provide the stuff for the plants. I mean, what else is fungi for? Phosphorus, surely. Ooh, that's like cows, multiple stomachs. I feel like sunlight's probably the most essential. No, it's bacteria. Kind of interesting. This is like completely different from what I remember. This is like a different topic, I guess. Atmospheric nitrogen. N2. Established that one already. Nitrogen fixation is a process in the nitrogen cycle. Is this the denitrification? Maybe. No. Okay, I got it the wrong way around. Bacteria in the plants turn the nitrogen into a usable form. Interesting. And what does the denitrification? So the bacteria turn it from nitrogen. And so what goes the other way? I'll have to find that one out. What does the 1 represent in the nitrogen cycle? There's a rabbit next to it, so go animals. Okay. But yeah, okay, I can see, but isn't bacteria really the first thing that does it? Because it's the bacteria that live in the plants. Oh, here we go. Well, there's mushrooms there. They must be the decomposers, right? Ah, interesting. What are the phases? The Phosphorus Cycle. Is this to do with the denitrification? No. Rocks, water, soil, and sediments. You could do sediment. Oh yeah, should we do rock types? That would be a good one to do. The Phosphorus Cycle is a gaseous cycle. No. It is not. The largest reservoir of carbon on Earth is center of the Earth. Okay, maybe not. That's iron, isn't it, actually? Forests. Okay. Makes sense. Because all the animals that died, they go in there, right? Eventually. Okay. Not quite so good, that one. Which of the following is not a large carbon storage reservoir? I might just remove this comment, actually. Let's get rid of this guy. I feel like he was a wind-up, that guy, Mr. Itachi. I was just like thinking about him. Okay. Because the thing is, like, normally, like, when people come in and say, like, should we get rid of the first viewer as well? I actually already... yeah, I don't like him either, really. And what about this guy, Protozone Gaming? Also not really a fan. Let's just remove his comments as well. Some real rubbish commenters today. Just reservoir of nitrogen. Huh. Atmosphere. Which two processes drive the biological carbon cycle? I would say it's photosynthesis and respiration. How does burning fossil fuels affect the carbon cycle? Yeah. It's kind of funny how we know about this one, just because of, like, you know, it's popular culture or whatever. Where does the energy to drive the hydrologic cycle come from? Hydrologic cycle. I'm gonna go photosynthesis. It doesn't sound related to the sun, does it? Hydro sounds more like water. But anyway. Okay, that was pretty fun. Pretty fun. Let's see if we've got any other categories here. We'll try this one. These look like a little bit more intensive. Basically, it looks like you can tell like when something's been like created by an actual teacher rather than like just a student. It's got a little bit more to it. You can tell this is actually someone that's actually worked on this project. Not even I don't even know what country that's from. This is different. This is not America or UK though. The law of conservation of matter states that matter is never created or destroyed. Compared to the amount of nutrients like carbon on Earth when it was created, today there are it must be the same. There's like carbon. So this is a little bit more chemistry based. Actually, well, not really. Now, transpiration is when isn't that when water leaves the leaves? Yeah, water is released by plants after respiration. That's what transpiration is. Which of the following describes infiltration in the hydrological cycle? This one I'm not sure about. Maybe that. Water enters the... Yeah, I knew it was something which was going to basically mess it up. Water enters the ground. That's kind of an interesting way of thinking of things. Like every time it rained, it could enter the ground and not escape. What would happen to the cycle? I think that's this, right? Yep. Which of the following describes precipitation in the hydrologic cycle? What do you mean when water enters solid form? Ah, interesting. So it's saying that snow and hail are also precipitation. I wasn't actually aware of that. It's kind of interesting. Like, how do the plants respire though? That's kind of what molecules are part of the biologic carbon cycle? Copper carbonate or something. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. And methane. Is this methane? It looks like it has a similar thing, like one of those ones. It's like octane or something. I can't remember. There's the ones that ends in A, and they're very important. Basic sort of chemicals, right? Which biological process converts organic molecules into atmospheric carbon? Organic molecules into carbon. Okay. How can you create carbon? So that was respiration. So the opposite must be photosynthesis? Okay. How do phytoplankton and other shell-bearing organisms get their CO2 to build their shells? Oh. I thought they might have extracted it from the rocks, but maybe not. We had that exact same question in the other one. I wonder if it's been copied over. We might swap this out in a minute. How is lightning involved in the nitrogen cycle? No one is lightning there. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of phosphorus gas. Oceans. I'm gonna go limestone. I thought it was those two. I actually did. Which of the following are natural sources of sulfur? Yeah, because again, I thought it was those two. Because you get like sulfur baths, which have come from natural springs. Certainly lakes and rivers would be. Fossil fuels would have it. The ocean would have it. I doubt you would find sulfur in the Earth's core, though. Which element makes the majority of the atmosphere? That is nitrogen. Nitrogen gas is found in the atmosphere. What is one way it enters plants? Okay. I have already done this, but like... Is that really a thing? Lightning breaks apart nitrogen and then mixes with rain. I never even realised that lightning actually had any role in plant growth. I thought it was just like a dangerous thing. That's kind of amazing. For some reason, I just never thought that. How is denitrification different from nitrogen fixation? Oh, yes, I got it. That was a really hard one because I had struggled on this question before. Denitrification releases the gas, but nitrogen fixation is absorbing the gas via the bacteria in the plants, right? Which carbon sink would hold on to carbon for the longest time? I would say probably ocean sediments and sedimentary rocks. Yep. Might do something on like a geology one as well. What describes the hydrologic cycle's movement of water around the world? Must be transport. I'll be honest with you, I can't even really see what the it says on the picture. I'm not really too fast. I'm just going to try and work out the answers. Yeah, this is there's a very famous plant that came from Japan. There's this thing called a market. If any of you are interested in this and you even happen to be watching this bit, when they had the World Fairs market, there was some Japanese plant, and it just it just grew like wildfire over all the lakes and destroyed them all, and it was just like hugely expensive to get it removed. Very interesting. Which pollution source releases pollutants containing nitrogen, carbon, and sulfur gases? I don't even know what acid rain is. Okay. I think it's this, right? But again, it's interesting. You know, maybe we should do a vegan one. Seeing as we did diet earlier, I might try vegan in a minute, just to like keep the theme fairly consistent in the episode. This, right? What? Oh. I thought that was what. I'm confused now because I thought that was what it was. I thought it was this. It must be one stage later, though, right? Because that's what happens first. You go N2 gas to ammonium, ammonium to nitrates, and then when you have denitrification, then it goes back to nitrogen, right? Which of the following describes assimilation? Okay. So it goes from nitrogen to ammonium, ammonium to nitrates, nitrates into plant biomass, and then somewhere down the line it goes back to then denitrification turns it back into nitrogen. That bit of the story I'm not quite sure about that. This is the early one. What do you mean, great try? I got it right. Right, the fixation is the very first thing with the bacteria, right? I actually know this cycle at this point. You know what we might do? We might just carry on doing a few more cycles. Cultural eutrophication. Is that an autotroph? Feeds itself? Hydrological. It's probably carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know this. I don't even know this one. Sulfur, probably. Not done the sulfur cycle. I'm going to try one more. Yeah, we're going to try a slightly different topic in a minute. Probably hydrological, right? Carbon, okay. That one's hydrological. This again is slightly higher level than this is like the equivalent of domain and kingdom. Biological form. Weird. Probably phosphorus, because it's not that low down. Okay. Bacteria and lightning will activate the nitrogen. Interesting. Bacteria and lightning is ridiculous. Alright, we'll try a might come back to this one. Should we try this cycle? What is it? What is this cycle? This is another cycle, right? I can't remember what this one does. Oh, this is more biology. This is more advanced biology, right? And we'll just try this top one. Still biology. As long as it's biology, I've got loads of just random biology words in my head, so. This is when you're just interested in a bunch of stuff. It's like being like an alchemist or something. The innermost part of the mitochondrion is called... I think it's the matrix. The folds of membrane found in the mitochondrion are called... cristae. You know what's weird? It's like I feel like I know the inner workings of the mitochondrion. Somehow I remember this from looking it up once. Before entering the Krebs cycle, let's do amino acids. That's right. Pyruvate must be oxidized. Ooh. It kind of says here. Oh, citrates. That was wrong anyway. Give me 10 seconds for that, dude. The regenerator of the Krebs cycle. We'll go citrate on this one. Oxaloacetate, okay. In aerobic respiration, the carbons from pyruvate are released. Must be CO2, right? Oh, NADH. I've heard of NADH as well. That's a famous one. Electrons are carried from the Krebs cycle to the... I'm going to go NADH on this one. And FADH too, okay. Total number of ATP produced by the Krebs cycle... This is 1, right? 2. Where does it say that? 2 molecules of CO2. Is that why? No, probably not. Total number of NADH produced by the Krebs cycle. This I don't really understand. All I know is that it occurs in the matrix of the mitochondrion. You would think that it removes the carbon. What was the other one I just thought of? What was the other one I just thought of? I literally just thought of another one. Amino acids, that's right. Let's do amino acids. That's a good biology topic. And I'll just think of more. There's so many different biology topics I could do, like the seven, what are the seven types, like respiration, all the other things. Let's try the Kahoot official. Okay. I like how it gives the illusion that there's people playing with you when there's actually none. Nobody's doing this. It would be really embarrassing if suddenly there were like 100 people and it was like I don't even know how it works, but hopefully not like that. Process of decoding messenger RNA message into a protein is okay. Turning into a protein. I would say it's probably transcription. No. Turning into protein is translation. Information is transcribed from nucleotide sequences. DNA to mRNA. Yeah, so you go from... The nucleotide sequences are always from DNA, and that will turn it into the messenger RNA. Okay. Ooh. 2, right? Isn't that what... I think I know what it is. 3? Okay. Okay, I got this one. Yeah, long chains of amino acids are polypeptides. Okay. Okay. That's an amino acid. Right. Yep. Yes, that's true. Yep. Okay. I think I sort of got this one. Because I have sort of studied this a little bit. Oh, just randomly. Not really properly, though. There's 20 different amino acids, right? Yep. Do know that. Where does translation take... Isn't it between the 5' and the 3' or something? A lot of DNA stuff goes on in the nucleus. No? It's in the ribosome. Okay. That's true. How does it do that? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's not get this one wrong. Come on. Don't get that wrong. Okay. I'm going to go for stop codon. Yep. You see, the thing about the biologists is I sort of understand. It's very hard what they're doing, but I sort of understand like the way that they've created the system. Well, I'm not going to study. I'm not going to help. I'd probably be on this one. Okay, that was good though. Should we do like really advanced DNA stuff? I was hoping like, let's try this guy's stuff. I bet he's got good questions. Let's go. Which macromolecule is the most abundant in cells? Why are you showing the picture, dude? I think in a way it's like not like lipids is 16% though. That's quite a lot. Sugar 6, inorganic ions 3. Okay. What is the following the correct structure of an amino acid? This is tough. I don't know about like Lewis diagrams and all that stuff. So there's a double bond there. I don't know if it's got double bonds. I bet there's no double bonds. Should we go no double bonds? No double bonds. Where are they? What's the difference between... You know what? I've forgotten what OH is. Hey, we do oxidation as well. We'll do oxidation reactions. That's the one. Another topic we're going to do. What is OH? I keep forgetting that. I feel like I should know that. Wow, this is hard. Did this count as biology or chemistry, though? It's probably biochemistry, right? Knew it all along. Pretty basic for me. What kind of amino acid is lysine? So is this how amino acids actually characterized? Okay. I'm thinking like, how do people... That's always what I'm asking, like the question. How do people put these things, these groups of items into different groups, little boxes? I'm going to go acidic, just based on the last question. It's a basic and polar one. Well, I could have guessed basic. Polar I wouldn't have guessed. The reaction of two amino acids. This seems important. It's a reduction, right? It's a condensation reaction. Okay. Kind of interesting how that word is like going through. Okay. The structure depicted in the blue rectangle. CH. I'll go for its key structure of the alpha helix. Planar structure. Huh. Interesting. These are good questions. I can tell that these are like... The primary structure of a protein is the sequence of the amino acids. Okay. Pretty all of them. Hydrogen bonds between nitrogen and oxygen in the backbone. Okay, I have to look more into the alpha helix, I guess. Oh, it's like glycosidic. Alright, this is too hard for me, I think. To be honest, this is not hard, though. I'm pretty sure this is not hard. Alright, we're going to forget about that one. I'm going to do a few more of this one, just because it's annoying me. Like, we might just stick with this topic, and then we'll try a different topic next time. Planar. Planar. Let's do scalar. Planar and scalar. The two ketogenic amino acids, of course. Lysine and lysine, and they can be converted to acetyl CoA, okay? That's completely wrong. I wonder if I could do... I wonder, like, if I did enough of these quizzes, I would actually be able to really learn it. I don't even know what G and G means, unfortunately. That sounds... Nope. BCAA, okay. There's so many acronyms in biology. Okay. I need to get better at amino acids. See, another cycle here. I'll go true. I feel I've heard of alanine more. Let's see if I can get this one. It's not the one that I was just researched, is it? No, glutamine. Okay. Yeah, I think I know this one. Oh, intermediates means a different thing in biology, doesn't it? Interesting. Very interesting. This is the first thing that was ever synthesized, right? But this is the first thing that was made artificially. Wouldn't surprise me if it's something to do with hydrogen. No? That was the first thing that was ever created, though. First human thing. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.